The dwarves of Moria had a rich history. Their scholars worked diligently, transcribing plans, tactics, and epic stories to parchment so that they might remember the past.
Welcome back, everyone, to the complete Pineleaf. Uh-oh. They still have this bug? And what I'm talking about relate to the bats, because the bats here are the wrong level. This is a daily level 53 quest. You do it once a day, you're given 1 hour to complete it. But the trouble is that the bats, for some reason, are level 58, which is the level of the other version of this quest, the one that's at the other door, which makes this a little bit more challenging when you have the Morval, because you could have various different opponents each time you do this. It's randomized on which opponent you get. So you can have goblins, which I've... Alright, well there's a Morval. The level 52 bats are with the Morval because they're tied to the Morval's level. But the standalone bats, those are level 58. And that's the only level bug I've seen in here. I reported the bug once. Let me get this Book of Dwarf Prose. Good. So I have reported it once a long time ago, but apparently I still haven't had a chance to fix this. So we still have these crazy bats that are way too high in their level, so their stun is going to be easily working on there. So I'm not going to go after every nook and cranny. Now, if you're a scholar, you would want to go after every nook and cranny because you'd want to pick up all of the scholar mats in here. But I'm not a scholar, so I don't need to do every single one of the items here. I am here to complete the quest, pick up the marks, and use these marks in order to buy wood, since I don't have a good way of getting wood. Since getting wood on the server is rather expensive, shall we say, because you go to the auction house and, yeah, alright, I'll sell you some wood. One piece of wood, how about half a gold for one piece of wood? And really? This is a legendary server. Highest level somebody is level 60, but oh boy, those... That tells you how important the items are, where there's such a demand that someone could sell them for prices like that. It shows you the bottleneck that you get in crafting ingredients. Because the prices of them very, very, very get to a rather high level. Well, ouch, 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 ouch. Alright, well, at least I can stop him. And now it's getting all the way up to the top. I've done this enough times, so I know it here's enough time. There are actually 6 of these instances. There are 3 at level 53, such as this one. As I said, this one is a level 53 one, though. Standalone bats are level 58. Fortunately, swarm, so that helps to counteract the 5 levels above mine. There you go. Now, the advantage of this instance over the ones from the Dolphin View is you go deeper. Of course, these give crafting materials, so if you are looking for those instead of looking for things for your legendary item, obviously, that would be an advantage. The other ones, you do not need these infused gems that you need for the ones over in Dolphin View. As I said, this is a way of which getting wood without having to head into the auction house. Of course, if you've got more gold than time, then yeah, you go to the auction house. At least that's the impression I get is the best use of the auction house is. If you've got more gold than time, then fine. Ouch! I did not need that extra intrusion from one of those level 58 OP bats. There you go. But here we go. See, these nice sage lockers I can't touch. And of course, the reason why I'm doing this here instead of the wood instance is, first off, I don't have the ability to harvest wood. So I need to get the wood from the quest instead. And the other reason is that this is the easiest one to get to. This one is right between the Chamber of Crossroads and the 21st Hall. And that's a lot more convenient than any of the others, because the metal one is in the Red Horn Lodes. We haven't gotten there yet. And it's a rather annoying place to get to because, well, let's see, the easiest way to get there I could think of is to take a stable master to one or two stable points that are a long trip from the 21st Hall. Yeah. Worst type of stuns are when you're stunned and there's someone else, a patrol, ready to come right in front of you. Well, now I'm no longer stunned. I've taken care of that stupid bat. We can be done with it. But anyway, is to take a stable to one of those two locations and then go to the other one of the locations on the stable from there. Get off about halfway through. It's a bit of a pain. Near the end of Mekhan Faham, you twinge your dread gnawls on your back. That means we're coming to the boss there. And there's the boss right there, the Mortal Pain Singer. Alright. Well, I don't feel like going against Pain Singer while I've got this bat here. As you can see all these deflects because, of course, the bat's 5 levels above me. Real annoying. Of course, the other choice are getting the goblins. The goblins, at least they're in the right level. But goblins have their own way of being annoying, of course. Let's stop the lychees. Alright, let's see. Can I get her? Hello! Let's see, I've got my 20. So I just need one more book of prose. And I'll be done. Well, after I kill the boss, of course. Alright, that defeated the intruders. I've got 51 minutes left because it said you're given 1 hour here before the whole thing closes down. And the timer there is so that, and the once daily, of course, is so that you don't go around creating and constantly creating new instances. Now I believe the nodes themselves, they only renew. I think they, with the raid timers, I think they do the Sunday and Thursday raid timers, I think is when they renew. So you can't get the scholar nodes in here on a daily basis, but you can get them a couple of times a week, and you could do the actual quests daily. So if you're doing it like me and interested in the tokens, you could do that. Now as for the tokens, you can get 6 tokens for each day because there's another. Oh, he dropped a book, so I don't need to worry about that then. Is that since there are 2 scholar ones, one at 53, one at 58, that you get 6 tokens if you're. Well, I'm not going to do the 58 one on this level. So if you're level 58, you can do both of them, get 6 tokens, then you can get a box in there. And speaking of boxes, let's get out of here and take care of it. When you consider that I had those over-leveled bats in there, that's not too bad of a time, only about 11 minutes in all. I took care of the boss.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
And one thing to know here is that when you pick up the quest originally, he only gives you the boss one, then that unlocks the other two, so you can pick up the other two quests from him. And the comfort of words, that's the prose.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
The dwarves of Hazadum had an interesting sense of timing. While it is different from what I expected, I am still heartened to see this wealth of artistic writings you have found in Meghev Fahad. As promised, here is your reward, which is of course another token, and finally
May Durin return soon to his holes.
the killing 20 of whatever is inside there. They have all these generic names for them so that actually no, so I just go to him and barter items.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
They get a steel key, which I think gives you pretty much random stuff from here on there. But since the only thing I need is wood from here, I don't need text since I'm not a scholar. You get hides or you can get scarred. So you could get other types of stuff if you don't care about the scholar mats. That way you at least have some sort of resource reward. As I said, this is where I can get wood. Look at that, 8 logs of helix, and I think it's that. Oh, and you also get a mithril flake in there, which back in the day would be pretty useful, but to a cook is, yeah, so what? That means going back into my mapping, yes. But that gives you the idea there, that I could go in there. After 2 runs, I've got some wood that I could use in order to make campfires. Looks like I think I make 80 LX logs. I think it will be able to make me 4 campfires. I'll have to find out at some point when I figure out where I can get that recipe. As I said, I think it's a drop, but maybe I should check with the master cook again, just in case I missed it the last time I checked. That's always a possibility. Now, shouldn't I be running into the... This is a good section to draw. Yes, next section to draw. And I think this is the last one before we reach the 21st hall. Now, I'm not going to speak with Broger yet, because I'm going to save that Ziegelnob. I'm going to save that until I'm actually level 54 and ready to quest within this place. And behold the 21st hall, which seems to have a little sunlight in it. The 21st hall. This is a good place to draw. I think I have to draw one more spot that's in the heart of the 21st hall. But there you go. Problem is, it needs more light because it's fairly dark in here. Alright, let us just go and take care of that as this all comes into focus. Dwarves all over the place. And now, yeah, found a good location. Now I have to return to Chamber Crossroads and return that in, but I'll have plenty of opportunities to do that later on when I'm in the epic storyline. Now, as for this guy here, and we'll do these things. One goes to the Great Hall of Durin, one goes to the... Alright, that goes into the other direction.
These halls will be great once more.
So I go to Change Crossroads or Dolphin View, and all these others I still need to unlock. And I'm going to... Concerning Simbi here... Simbi, I think Simbi here is...
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
Yeah, I thought so. Do you have time enough to aid this expedition again? I would like you to speak with a friend of mine, Aguti. He has traveled deeper into Moria with the expedition, and I have yet to hear back from him. You can find Aguti down in the old waterworks. Now, I think that I might get led to this point eventually, just in case I get sent to the waterworks without coming through here. I'll take that quest now, because the waterworks, I believe, is the next zone to do, and that the 21st hall is technically after that. Now, where I'm going here is I'm going to that stable master, which I said is okay, is really needed to exist. Actually, why not just ready to go for a change? Now this is the one that I got from that time in Sarner. And I'm beginning to think that maybe, despite what I said earlier when I first got the white goat, that this might be a, yeah, Yazergund. You have discovered Yazergund. Okay. I wanted this.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Alright, and he has a link to the 21st Hall, right? And to Zirazigel. Now, why I couldn't have one to Zirazigel directly from the 21st Hall, I have absolutely no idea. The only reason this guy seems to have in any way in existence is to link Zirazigel in the 21st Hall. Well, why not just link them in the first place? Hello there, Listine. Need any help?
May Durin return soon to his holes.
A message? I was not expecting any messages. What's it about? This artifact was not far from here at all. This is wonderful news, Pineleaf. With this information, I may be able to preserve another one of our lost artifacts. All right. And what do you want to do in order to get it?
If we are to find Mithra in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
We have many traditions, Pineleaf, and this one is not the least. When we head into battle, we bring with us a letter. If we fall, that letter will be returned home by the survivors, if any remains. Many of us have come to Moria, and some of us have fallen. And now it appears that the Merival have discovered these letters and have taken to perverse pleasure in keeping them as trophies of victory against us. The honor of our warriors and the peace of mind of their families demand that we recover these letters from the enemy whenever possible and return them to their rightful homes. Will you help us retrieve these letters? If you come up to one of our fallen Endurance Way, search the body for the letter. Return any letters here before the Merival can get to them. All right, fine. And what else?
If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
Ah, the artifact. Yes, we must keep safe the artifacts of ages past, Pineleaf. Studying these relics gives insight into the untold legend of our forefathers, which might otherwise become lost. I have information that one such object, a mystical shield, was last seen in Ufnopmur, just a short distance east of the Door of the Clouds. The goblins would have a difficult time destroying such a sturdy shield, so I'm hopeful that it may be still found there. Alright, I suppose I could look for the ancient shield. And what do you need?
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
Romby sent you to find out about the increase in that bat activity? Yes, we've noticed this as well. The bats seem to dwell in a cave a bit south and east of here. I am unsure of what has roused them, but I would imagine that it might be found within that cave. Hunt as many of those winged menaces as you can while you are there, so we need to find the bat cave, which is the source of one of the largest sources of jokes within Moria. Oh boy, I've got a lot of these things. After the
We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
Not all endeavors have gone well for us in Moria. One early settlement in Durin's Way was an outpost built by Gurwith at Glokuru to the south. The encampment became overrun with goblins and was burned entirely, while only Gurwith and a few others managed to escape. The goblins threatened to fortify Glokuru and remain a persistent danger to us if we are not to act against them. Head there and defeat as many of them as you can. Alright, kill goblins at Glokuru. And
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
the White Hand Uruks have me concerned, Pineleaf. They are attempting to sway the goblins into an alliance with the leaders of the White Hand army. While it is a fine thing for us when the goblins fight each other, we cannot allow them to gain a foothold here within the bounds of Khazad-dûm when they are already controls considerable forces without. I need you to hunt down and defeat these White Hand emissaries. Alrighty then. And we also have you. Absolutely none of these quests go together. That's going to be a rule. Alright, I will remove the emissaries one for now. I'll just run into them when I do.
Soon we shall stand face to face with Lord Valley.
Collecting supplies and scouting chambers is all well and good, but I've got something a little more dangerous in mind. Goblin hunting. As you have surely noticed, nearly every room and corridor of Khazad-dûm is crawling with them, and those causing us grief here in Durin's Way seem to take orders from a single leader. We have all got to do our part to drive them out, so find this goblin captain called Gomig, and he and his personal guard have been harassing any who travel unawares between the Chamber of Crossroads and the outposts of Door of the Clouds. Right, let's go and kill him. Now, is that all in the area? Thankfully, yes.